Yep. We are back 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. We're officially back. Yep. We're back, man. We're gonna start dropping some live streams again. I don't feel like doing no more videos on this channel. I'm done with videos on this channel, man. I got another channel that I'm focusing on. Stuff like that. Something that I'm interested in. If you guys find me, you find me. If you don't, you don't. you know. Yep, we got two people in the building. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Shout out to all my homies, man. Shout out to all my co-workers. Shout out to all my former co-workers. Um, Shout out to all everybody that's in the same type of work field that I am. You know. Shout out to my future. Hey, shout out to my future shout out to my future co-workers. Hopefully, I see one of my future co-workers in the building. Hopefully, Barry, I got my fingers crossed. you know. Hey, hey, Barry, all I gotta say, if I jump that fence, one of y'all catch me. If I jump that fence, once I'm putting up my hand truck, if I run and I jump that fence, somebody catch me. Listen to you while I'm at work. Oh, hey, so what's going on with everybody, man? So today we're gonna talk about how not to lose your job in food service, man. You know? How not to lose your job in food service. And I'm gonna say the number one thing, man. I really hope some new drivers listen to this. I really hope some new drivers play this back, rewind, and just take the time out and listen to this live. I hope it just flows off the top of my head. But the number one advice I can give to everybody out there, new drivers, everybody, slow down. Slow down. Sometimes slow is actually going fast. And you gotta let that marinate in your head for a little bit. You know what I mean? Man, I see a lot of guys. How many of you guys, experienced drivers, you see so many drivers, they come and go. We see drivers rushing, and then a month later you hear, oh, that driver, they drove off the road and such. You know what I mean? Like drivers moving like a million miles an hour, like even the way they walk, they like they're sprinting when they're walking, and they slow down, man. The money's not going nowhere. When you're dead, it's not gonna go with you. Somebody else is gonna spend it. Slow down, relax. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to be heroes. Don't try to be the hero. Just go to work. Think about your family, and go home, man. You know what I mean? So if you that guy that you coming into a brand new company, and you want to play Superman, you want to play Mr. Hero, you might end up playing Zero, man. You know what I mean? Just slow down. And do I think they overhired at my location? Nah, I don't think they hired. I think they're just making a smart play. Um, they definitely see that Costco's coming next door. So, and it's not even nothing to do with Costco, man. Like, you want to have enough people on staff because you want to grow. You want to grow the company, man. You want to let's just say we get a chain account right now. Like, we want to have enough people on staff. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't think we overhired. A matter of fact, we still need more drivers. Even though I just think it's certain things that I think that I know that I don't want to disclose on live, but it's I would tweak some things to keep some of the new guys around, but it's some things that's going on that a lot of the new drivers they're going to continue leaving, and if I can fix it, but I'm just a driver, so I don't my words don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But I would do a better job of trying to keep some of the new drivers around if it was me. You know what I mean? Because one thing about being a new driver at Cheney, man, you can get lost in the sauce if you don't know what you're doing. Like you can really get lost. Like sometimes I sit back and I see what some of the new drivers got to go through. Like some of the new guys, they want to make money too, man. You know what I mean? But you got to understand, like the veterans, like they earn the right. They have their routes. They earn the right to stay on their routes and do what they got to do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not the veterans' fault that work is not coming in. It's not the veterans' fault that, we're not getting any extra accounts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But new drivers got to eat too. Like you say, it seems like they're always going out helping. Yeah, they need to run routes, man. That's how you make money in food service. You got to push cases. Um, a lot of the guys, most of the guys that I train guys to push cases, right? So it get frustrating when I finish training somebody and I see that they're not really moving no cases. You know what I mean? Like I train guys to move cases so they can make money, so they can do what they got to do, take care of their family, take care of themselves, whatever. But you know, I don't train guys to come in and go out as helpers, man. Like, you know what I mean? It get frustrating to see that watching how the workflow is going sometimes, man. I don't know where it's going. I hope it gets better, you know what I mean? Hope it gets better, you know? But yeah, man, the new guys coming in, man, just slow down, man. Take your time, tread lightly. I'm gonna give you guys one advice real quick, right? And I'll be telling drivers this, right? And I'm being serious. Like, yeah, it's protocol. Let's talk about protocol real quick, right? It's protocol for you when you're in food service. Your supervisors and your managers, they're going to tell you that anything the warehouse do to you, take pictures, send it in, blah, 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 stuff like that. I'm trying to tell you right now, be careful how you throw those guys under the bus. Like, I don't participate in throwing people under the bus. Like, do I work with people that throw people under the bus? Yeah, I do. I see guys taking pictures and stuff like that, man. Like, what are the pictures going to do? You know what I mean? This is my approach, right? I'd rather approach the warehouse manager, you know what I'm saying, and have a conversation. Like, why you want to fall into the trap of yeah, I know that's what the company wants you to do, but just I believe in being a man and go to the supervisor and talk to him and be like, hey, such and such happened and that happened. Like, once you send that picture, man, that picture go on an email and stuff like that, and everybody gonna get that email. You know what I mean? Like I don't do it, man. Like I don't participate in stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know how you guys feel about stuff like that, but I'm not gonna throw the warehouse under the bus. I know for sure they got a hard job. They got a hard enough job. They got to get all them trucks loaded. Like nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? I don't throw nobody under the bus, man. Like you got people nowadays, man. Every little thing that goes wrong, they want to pick up the phone and complain. They want to jump on emails. They want to make phone calls. Just complain, man. Like, just find a solution. You know what I mean? Find a solution. If your pallet tip over, pick up the stuff. You know what I mean? If your stuff is on the ground, just pick it up. You know, first of all, like truck drivers, we're responsible for the cargo. You know what I mean? So if you get to a destination and you're mad because your pallet's tipped over, you shouldn't have left the warehouse without a strap on your pallet. So that's your fault, first of all. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even complain to nobody. You know, because if you get pulled over, DOT can actually give you a ticket for that. Because you're responsible for your cargo. They're not going to get a ticket for that. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So some of the things that you just got in this type of game, man, you just got to be responsible. You know what I mean? Take accountability and just stay away from the snitching, man. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of, like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, a lot of, shout out to all the good supervisors out there, but there's a lot of supervisors. They like guys that just send emails and take pictures, and, you know, it gives them something to do. You know what I mean? It gives them something to do, and they like that, you know? But I don't participate in that, man. I'm trying to, like, do my job. I know every man is out there working hard. You know what I mean? People go to work, man. I don't go to work to try to, you know, get people in trouble and nothing like that, you know? Yeah, these trucks, man, like, these trucks, they're not easy to load, man. Like, think about it, man. They're not easy to load. Like, we're driving 28 footers, 36 footers, and you're trying to fit all these stops in these tiny trucks and stuff like that. You got to get to your freezer, your cooler, your dry. So, you know, the loaders in the warehouse, they got to do the best that they could to make this happen. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of guys out there, man, that they take out the load, right? You take out the load, open the back of that trailer. Sometimes it looks so bad, you just want to bring it back and go home. My advice to you, man, just take your time, breathe a little, and one case at a time, man. You know? Sometimes you got to move a lot of cases out the way to get to what you really want. Let me ask y'all a question, right? Anybody that played this on the replay, answer this question in the comment. How many times have you open your trailer, and before you can get to one case, you have a wall of chemicals, like a wall of chemicals in the back of the trailer? You don't know what to do. You don't even know where to move. You don't even know where to go. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of the job that we're in. We could be doing something else right now. You know, I've seen drivers take the trucks back thinking they got done early. You seen drivers take the trucks back. Last driver I saw take a truck back, I was at US Foods. Well, put it like this. When I was at US Food, anybody bringing a truck back, you already know they made up their mind that they're going to quit, because, like, there's not many drivers I've seen bring a truck back and kept their job. You know what I mean? Hey, let me tell some of the drivers something like this, man. Don't be too dependent. When you come into the food service game, don't be too dependent on getting help. Don't be too dependent on you're calling your supervisor for every little thing, man. Like, try to problem solve on your own a little. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in training, like, get your trainer phone number, man. You know, when you meet driver, get their phone number and stuff like that, because 9 out of 10 times, the number one people you want to go to when you got issues out there with a stop You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do for the key drop. You want to talk to a driver. You know, you don't want to be talking to no. Just talk to a driver. You know what I mean? That's who you want to talk to. You know, one guy had 856 with 22 stops left in the yard. I had 856 cases today, but I had 19 stops. You said somebody had 856, 22 stops, and they left it in the yard. I don't think that's none of my coworkers. One thing I can do, I can vouch for my coworkers, man. Like, you got some good coworkers, man, that they go out there and get the job done. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's pretty good, man. Everybody's doing what they got to do. Corey P, what's going on? U.S. food chain account is a lot of work, but pay is good. Pay is definitely good, man. You know what I mean? Where you run chain out of? Florida or somewhere else? Travel money in the billing. Yeah, chain account is good. I hope Cheney gets some chain accounts, man. I like we need to change the pace, you know? Oh, Richmond, Virginia? That's what's up, man. Like that's what you call US food territory. Richmond, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Those are like US food stronghold up there. You know what I mean? US food kind of like run those places. Like up there, you're going to find your drivers. You're going to find drivers like it's normal to find a US food driver up there making 160, 170, 150, you know, 140, 180 even. Like US food drivers up there, they make money, man. Trust me, I know. You know. You always see PFG hiring in Fort Pierce. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Um, all depends on the situation. I've got I see that facility hiring. You know what I mean? I can't comment nothing like I'm not gonna comment nothing negative on that facility because you know we represent PFG now, so we gotta keep it positive. But I don't know what goes on at that particular DC because I don't work there. So you know they say they pay $13.50 a week, PFG customized, and I know one thing I know for sure. Those guys I always see them drive the big 53-foot trailer. Like they do chain accounts and stuff like that. So I don't know what they got going on that particular side right there. You know what I mean? I just know that PFG have a lot of different companies and they all run differently, you know. So we're with the PFG brand now. So, you know, we can't really like certain things I used to say a couple years ago. We can't really, you know, we got to keep it. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But PFG so far has been good, man. It's been good. You know, we do a lot of hospital 2 pallet drops. I was surprised by coming from McLean where it's all fast food. How's the how's the weather up there, man? How you guys are working in that snow, man? Like you got people in Florida, they're waking up and they got ice on their car and they going crazy. You know what I mean? One thing I must say, man, like I was not prepared. The weather caught me off guard today. I like to consider myself as somebody that's always like I'm always like, what's that word I'm looking for? Oh man, it's a word I'm looking for. Responsible, right? I consider myself a responsible person, right? Today I went outside with a jacket, right? I didn't bring no scully or nothing like that, right? So I left the house. The temperature was like, it was like 39. So I'm like, I got this jacket, bro. I got down to my destination where it's time for me to make my delivery. The temperature kept dropping, and I'm like, what's going on? The temperature kept dropping. It dropped under 30. Yo, my ears was freezing, yo. My hands was freezing. Luckily, I found my gloves. Everything was freezing, so I can imagine how the guys do this type of job that work up north. Like, salute to everybody that work up north, man. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that work up north. You guys go through it, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, if I lived up north and I came to Florida for one day, I'm moving. I can't deal with that cold because when I looked at the temperature this morning, mentally, I was like, okay, 39 degrees. My in the back of my trailer, 36 degrees. So what's the big difference? So I'm like, you know what? It's just like working in the back of my trailer. But I did not expect the temperature to keep dropping like that. It kept dropping, caught me off guard. A lot of people say they saw ice. Um, I'm talking about like real ice, not ice. You know, nowadays when you say you see ice, you gotta be like, hey, which one? You know, we talking about like people seeing ice on their car and stuff like that. So, you know, it was snowing in Jacksonville. A lot of people was outside because it's a lot of that's brand new for the kids, man. It's a lot of kids that never seen snow before. So, even though it was an exciting time for them, on the bad note, a lot of farmers they went through it, because people not used to this type of weather, and they don't it's a lot of protocol that they don't have of what to do whenever the plants getting too cold. A lot of people lost a lot of plants. Talked to my homie, he lost a lot of plants. Like these plants, these are tropical plants, man. Like that freeze was a shock to them. You know what I mean? If you're into planting things, you'll understand what I mean. If you're not, you'll be like, it's probably go over your head a little, but like these plants, man, they took a beating. You know what I mean? Definitely took a beating. You heard they building a lot more warehouse in tradition. That'd be good, man. That area definitely needs more jobs. It needs more good companies come in, but most importantly, I think majority of those companies, man, they just need good leaders, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know what all these managers, all these supervisors should do? You know what I mean? Every time they're about to make a decision or they're about to do something, you know what I mean? They're about to make a decision. Just ask themselves, yo, what would Jesus do? You know what I mean? If they ask themselves that question, man, they'll definitely hey, appreciate that travel money. They'll definitely manage a lot better, yo. You know what I mean? Like, just ask himself, man, what Jesus do, man? Because there's a lot of managers out there that they cannot help themselves, man. They just like favoritism. You know what I mean? I see it every day. I see it all the time. But what I do, I just hold down my head and go to work. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys got a lot of favoritism, man, but I just hold down my head and go to work. Like, I learned not to complain no more, man, because complaining does nothing, man. You gotta let like people do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? I know I have videos out there. I can probably find a video right now that I made in the past letting you guys know that food service is not fair. It's no such thing as fair in food service. So if you're looking for a fair workplace, this is not the job for you. There's no two routes is not alike. You're not gonna find two paychecks identical. You're not gonna find two routes that finish the same time. Food service is not alike. It is different. You know what I mean? You might come in and you might see a food service driver sitting around in the yard all day doing nothing. He get all the easy runs, all the sweet runs. You've been there longer than him, and he basically do nothing, right? That's just the way food service goes, man. You know, sometimes when you out there like doing what you got to do, you making money. You're not really liked, you know. But you don't go to work for people to like you. You go to work to make money for you and your family. You know what I mean? So you can't worry about that stuff, man. You know what I mean? I guarantee you, I can probably find a video saying that food service not fair. I made so much videos in the past. It's crazy. It's crazy how much videos I made, man. You know? Crazy. Let me know where you guys are checking in from, man. I'm glad to be on this live thing again. I haven't been on live in a while. You say I'm right about favorite. Yeah, favoritism is a part of the game in food service. It's definitely a part of the game. And it's really hard to be hidden because like drivers see it. You know what I mean? But drivers gotta stay professional. You know? You gotta keep it professional, whatever everything you do. You know what I mean? Like I always tell people this, man. I would not want to be a supervisor. You know what I mean? Cause I would have to do it fairly. You know what I mean? And if I was a supervisor, man, like it's a lot of I would love to keep I would be pro keeping drivers around. But man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. A team is as strong as your weakest link. I would get rid of the weak links, man. I'm not keeping no weak links on my team. Like I wouldn't even play around like that. You know what I mean? You're a weak link, you gotta go. Like simple as that. Because there's people out there right now that need a job. You know what I mean? So to me, sometimes you're holding up people's blessing, man. Like go do another trucking job if you don't think this type of job is for you. You know what I mean? Stop holding up somebody else's blessing, man. You know? I would get rid of all the weak links, man. You know what I mean? I would read the handbook and make sure that I'm doing it right and that I'm not gonna get sued or whatever. And if by the handbook protocol, I would just fire them. You know? What's wrong? Hmm. Huh? Oh, you know what I mean? I know that sound kind of harsh, but hey, life is not fair. And, there's a lot of people out there that want to work, you know, and A lot of drivers holding up the spot. It's just like making a team, right? What are you doing?
Calling her, she's not answering. What?
Whoa, you slid off the road? Um, you all right?
What you saying?
It's that black ice, man. Or that ice. Black ice. Why they why they call it black ice when it's not black, man? Like, but if you think about it, man, the word black, I'm not even gonna get into that. But it's attached to so much terrible things, man. It's crazy. But I'm not gonna get into that right now. Memphis. That's where I got my CDL up there in Memphis. Millington, Tennessee to be exact. Um, with Swift Transportation. Whatever I do, man, I gotta go back to Swift Transportation one day. I just gotta go back there, man. Where it all started for me. Driving, the driving was fun back then, man. Get my CDL, starting with Swift, going to a different state. That was all exciting, man. Like meeting new people, meeting a whole bunch of people from different states, a bunch of young people that didn't know what they want to do with their life. It was a bunch of us in class. Um, let's just say it was like 50 of us in class. At the end of the day, man, it was like only like 20 of us made it. People from all over, man. Like, bro, we were so broke. It was funny. Yo, we were so broke. Back then, Swift gave us like, I think it was like $25 or a $50 voucher for the week to eat. We got a bunch of ramen noodles. There were two of us sharing rooms. We got ramen noodles. Went to Kroger's, got ramen noodles, got chicken. Man, we put our money together. It's a barbecue. It was kind of fun, man. Yeah, I think that's what we got. I can't remember. I cannot remember, man. It was not a lot of money, man, but we made it work. We made it work, man. We all cooked together. You know what I mean? Swift Transportation. Nowadays, you get $50 nowadays and think you're gonna go into a grocery store. They might turn you back. They might turn you away. You know what I mean? Tomorrow I got like a little light day. It's not well, yeah, it's like yeah, he's still at Cheney. He's still down there doing his thing. Yeah, we all still doing our thing, man. Just you know how it goes, man. He's still doing his thing. I ain't talked to him in a minute. We at different location. Um, yeah, $50 in a grocery store buys you nothing, man. It's crazy. Like I went to the grocery store yesterday, right? I made it out of the grocery store. Yesterday I cooked some chicken, stew chicken, right? I made it out of the grocery store only spending $16, bro. Yo, I celebrated. I went to the grocery. I picked up a chicken, a small chicken. I didn't buy no big chicken, like one of those small young chicken in Publix. I got me a chicken for $7.94. What else did I get? The chicken for $7.94. I got me 3 Jamaican soda, 2 cola champagne, 1 pineapple. That was like one something a piece. Almost $2. I got something else. I forgot. What else I needed? Oh, I got me 1 Scotch bonnet pepper. What else I got? I think I got something else, and that came for $16, y'all. Like if you can go into the grocery store and spend under $20 and you're able to cook something, that's a win-win, man. Because nowadays, if you go to the grocery, you want to cook something, and you go to the grocery store and you start picking up ingredients, and you end up spending like $80. Now ask yourself, was it cheaper for me just to go and just go buy this lasagna that I'm trying to make, or buy this pizza that I'm trying to make? Because those, like a lot of time, people trying to cook something, and the ingredients cost for a lot of money, man. You gotta like know what you're doing nowadays. You know, and don't forget about picking up the healthy stuff. Um, the healthy stuff is the way more expensive, man. You know, we try to buy the right things, but man, it's expensive. You know, like I wish everybody can have like 2 days of just boycott eating for the price going down. Like they'll definitely drop the price, yo. Trust me. Yeah, it's definitely $5 a pop for ingredients. You know, it's hard for like a single person, or if you live at home with just one other person, it's hard to cook, yo. The only like thing you can do when you cook is if you like kind of like meal prep, like, because sometimes like let's just say you're living at home by yourself or with somebody else and you cook, so you waste like $30, $40 cooking, right? And you eat 1 or 2 times, you eat like 1 or 2 times out the pot, and the next day you're throwing that food away. That's food costs. Yo, you ever see how crazy these restaurants go over food costs? Like you will get fired at these restaurants. They don't play about their food costs, man. You know what I mean? That means that's why sometimes we go make deliveries at these restaurants and we're seeing they save everything. Everything's wrapped up. Like, do not go to a pizza place. Don't be the first one to be in a pizza place. You think you're getting a fresh pizza. It's fresh out the cooler, straight to the oven. You know what I mean? These people save everything. You know what I mean? They're serious. But when it comes to their food costs, they're serious. They don't play. Wings, they save everything. You know? Everything. You seen freezer, you seen wings from 1986 still in the deep freeze. That's crazy. 1986. Shout out to Barry, man, making money at Costco. Shout out to all the Costco drivers. Shout out to all my Costco homies, man. I'm gonna just tell you guys, I'm gonna put it out there right now. I got a lot of homeboys that work for Costco. So y'all take that how y'all want to take that. I got a lot of friends that work for Costco. And they're all happy. And they're all laid back, man. They're all happy. Shout out to all my homies over there. You know what I mean? And the reason I got so much friends over at Costco because we was all a lot of us was out at U.S. Food together, and a vast majority of those guys they moved on and they went to Costco, and that's when I made the move, and I moved to up north, and I had to go to Cheney. Yeah, Corey, you're crazy. Truck money out. What's going on? Hey, Mariko, let me ask you a question. You was at Coca Cola, right? Was that you at Coca Cola, or do I got you mixed up with somebody? Oh, you was at Pepsi. See, I got a decent type of memory. I knew you was at one of them things. So let me ask you a question. What's the biggest shot value? What's the biggest difference do you find with working at Pepsi and now you're a food service driver? What's the difference? What's the biggest difference to you? What do you like and what do you dislike? You say you missed the lift gate. Oh man, if those would be actually the best jobs. You're not lying. You're not lying, man. Sometimes I wonder, you think they make enough money on the sodas to pay guys more? Sometimes I wonder if they make enough money, man. Do you think they get enough yeah, cause the margin on the food, man, like food, like when they sell those food, they make a lot more money than you get margin on selling Coke and Pepsi and stuff like that. You know what I mean? For real. But man, you shedding a lot, man. Hey, but I'm gonna check back in tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all be easy, man.